Rest on my laurels, particularly because that can be quite painful. So this is a song from an album that's going to be released in February, and the song is called Bates Motel, which is the title of the album, and it's a sort of homage to Mr. Hitchcock, who frightened my father out of his wits when he saw it when he was a young man, and my father frightened me out of my wits by telling it to me as a bedtime story. So when I actually came to review Psycho 2 once for Kerrang! Magazine, that I was writing for at the time, and I was sent there to review this film at 10 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the press previews are. I was sitting there, and it was an empty cinema. Well, a couple of people were there, and Psycho 2 opened with an excerpt, as you probably know, from the original Psycho. And I thought, oh God, this is the film that frightened my father half to death, and which he frightened me to death. So I hid behind my sandwiches and only peeked out very occasionally when the titles came up. It was a rather shameful thing to do, but since then I've seen it on TV, and it's very funny. So my father was completely, obviously, not to be trusted. And since then I've told the story to my own children, including Josh here, who can vouch for the fact that I told it to him when he was 10 years old. And it didn't turn him into a psycho, did it? Even though he is wearing a, what was it, a corpse grinder t-shirt, but you know, that's normal for teenagers, isn't it? I was rolling west on Route 66, just outside of Fairmore, a couple of clicks, when the sky turned blacker than a biblical plague, and the night descended like the axeman's blade. I turned off the highway to catch some Z's. The last thing I needed was to shoot the breeze. The furtive young fellow answered the bell. The night I checked into the Bates Motel. The night I checked into the Bates Motel. He acted coy like the boy next door, but scratched the surface, there was so much more. Shifty and wound real tight. Not bad looking, just not my type. I said, young man, I'd like a room with a view. Now, what's the best that you can do? I threw him a curve, he had to think that through. Uneasy, stared down at his shoes. The night I checked into the Bates Motel. Now it seems he was all alone in the world. Said his mother was a queer old girl. She hadn't been herself for quite a while. Then he fixed me with that serpent smile. I need a shower and something to eat. He said, step into the parlor, you look all beat. Join me, sir, for milk and a bite. Couldn't say for sure, but something weren't right. The night I checked into the Bates Motel. I'm no shrink, but I'd hazard a guess that Mama's boy was itching to confess something he was struggling hard to suppress. Could be those eyes didn't go with that dress. Son, I wasn't born yesterday. I turned on my heel and hit the highway. I must admit things didn't turn out too well. That night I checked into the Bates Motel. The night I checked into the Bates Motel. The night I checked into the Bates Motel.